Welcome back, and we're now going to have a look at the Fred Best Classic and the Doomben Cup. Now we're looking at race 6, a 3-year-old classic over the 1350. I like here number 6, Mental. He is from the Darley Yard. I think this horse is something special. It's got Kay McAvoy on board, barrier 4, and they're expecting it to win and go on to the Stradbroke, and I think it's going to be the one to beat. I like number 10, Extra Seed by Exceed Excel. It's drawn the 13. It's out of the Ryan stable, as we saw previous. Gerald's quietly confident about this horse, and I think it'll run a race. And number 7, Show a Prince from the Liam Birchley stable. Now, Larry, you've got a ride in the race, Noisy Ocean from the Brian Guy stable.
Yeah, that's right, Jess. He looks out of form, but he did run a second at Doomben behind Punch On, who then went on and won the Magic Millions Classic, yep. 3-year-old classic. So that's pretty good form, but he's just been plagued with bad barriers and wet tracks, which he can't pick his feet up on. Saturday he's going to get a good track, but he's got a bad barrier. I expect him to run some sort of race.
Now tell me, horses can have an amazing form reversal from racing on heavy tracks to racing on good tracks, sometimes 10 lengths. Do you find that?
Oh, definitely. Some horses, look, you get a rain-affected track and they just can't pick their feet up, and then you get them back on a firm surface and they reproduce the form that you know that they should.
And Rob, you got the first emergency in the race. Quite a promising looking horse.
Yeah, I hope he gets a run, Jess. He's a lovely animal, and he's only had the 2 starts, so tough race. And even if he's in there, but I'm going on my gut feeling. This is a good horse. He's a good horse in the making. He won his maiden quite well. Then he went up to Caloundra, and gee, that was a heavy 14. It wasn't a heavy 10, no. And he just couldn't pick his feet up, but he still got to the line well. But to go back to your question to Larry before about good tracks, wet tracks, whatever, we've had 4 months of wet tracks. So I guess the punters out there, you've got to be a little bit careful doing your form, because when you get back on top of the ground, you're going to see a lot of horses, as Larry rightly said, find their true form. And I found that a little bit last week with a couple of my nice horses. Excelentes, carried 60 kilos, won convincingly, back on top of the ground. First time he's been on a good track for a long time, and brought his A game to the races.
And he was heavily backed.
Yeah, someone had a few quid on it.
Yeah, he might be good for 100 after the show. Now we're going to cut to marketing manager Prue Reid and talk and look about the events that's on during the Winter Carnival. Joining me is marketing manager Prue Reid from the Brisbane Racing Club, and welcome, Prue.
Thank you for having me.
It's a beautiful day out here today, and the carnival looks like it's just warming up and going to be a great success. Now, there's lots of events that goes on during the carnival. There's a lot of not only on the field but off behind the scenes. Can you tell us a bit of the events that are going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously, aside from the exciting racing action on track, we do provide a lot of entertainment and activity off the track on each of the carnival days. It's really been a strategy of the Brisbane Racing Club to position each of the race days to attract a different audience. So Kirk's Doomben Cup Day is the family day of the carnival, and as a result, all of the entertainment and activities off the track are really targeted at families and little kids, and really drawing them out to the track to enjoy a day at the races. We've got lots of free rides and activities. We've got some horse displays, really engaging them with the horse, and also engaging them with the racing as well. We've also got a family fashions on the field, so it's really all about bringing the families out and having them enjoy a great day at the track.
Now, what do you do to try and bring the youth to the track?
In terms of bringing youth to the track, it's partly about the entertainment and the offering that you do provide. So from an entertainment perspective, we look at attracting DJs or live music that is appealing to a younger demographic, but also we look at packaging our ticketing and our hospitality. So again, it's something that really draws that youth audience out to the track. So value price marquee offerings are always popular, and so we've introduced some of those for Race Fest, which is the event that we look to target that 18 to 29-year demographic, and that has certainly been very effective for us.
How did the idea come about with the marketing strategy to promote different genres to each race meet over the carnival?
Well, obviously our carnival does run for 5 weeks, and in order to be able to attract a different audience and really provide something for everyone in Brisbane to enjoy, we decided to position each event towards a different demographic. So Racefest is very much about targeting that 18 to 29 year demographic, and the entertainment offering on track really does speak to that audience. Then Doomben Cup Day is of course Family Day. 10,000 Day and Stradbroke Day are more of the racing purist days, Stradbroke Day being the grand final, so it's really the big one for everyone to come out and enjoy. And then Queensland Oaks Day is our Ladies' Day, so everything off the track entertainment-wise is all about fashion, glamour, and something that the ladies will enjoy.
Now you talk about fashion and glamour, you're looking very dapper yourself. Now, what's on offer at each meeting for the fashions on the field?
Well, we do have a Fashions on the Field competition on every day of the carnival. Racefest is a viewer's choice competition, so we're opening it up to the public to vote via SMS for their favourite fashionista on track. The Kirk's Doomben Cup Day Fashions on the Field is for families, so families can enter in groups of 4 and they have a chance to win some great prizes. Doomben 10,000 Day is our couples category, so men and women can enter as a couple and be judged on their coordination and fashion there. Oaks Day is all about the women, and then Stradbroke Day is the big one, the David Jones Fashions on the Field. Are you going to bring your husband and enter in the competition there? No, not going to do that. I'll leave him to enjoy the racing, I think. Well, Prue, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and look forward to joining us during the carnival. Thanks very much. Thank you. It was always great catching up there with Prue Reid, and there's plenty to look forward to over the coming months with the Winter Carnival. Not only great racing, but also great fashion and great events, and this week it's the Family Day out. Now, the big race, the Kirks, the Doomben 10,000, the race of the day, the 500,000 first prize. Here I like number 1, Manigar. I think it's an absolute lay-down misère special. Get on, just put in, take out and go home. This thing will just win and win easily. Drawn the 1, Luke Nolan, Peter Moody. It's Group 1 winner, Group 1 trainer, Group 1 jockey, just get on. I'm going to put on, walk out and walk home happy. I think Wall Street will run second, number 4. It might find a bit of form, and one from the Freedman stable with Nashville Willer on board. Mar Wingo, number 9. Now, Larry, you don't have a ride in the race, but if you did, who would you be riding? Oh, I'd love to be on Manigar. He's if he brings his A game, he'll just be winning, like you said. Yep. And Rob, you've got triple honour in the race. You've got some competition, I say, tomorrow. Oh yeah, look, it's fair to say, Jess, that old Triples, he's seen better days, but gee, I've been really impressed with him. I mean, he was staring down the barrel of the retirement gun some time ago, and the owner asked me, he's got other horses with me, if I'd take him over and see if we could rejuvenate him, and he's come back and run some nice races. And look, I'm willing to totally put a line through his last run down the Gold Coast in the Hollandale. He was on that wet track, stayed on the fence, which in hindsight may have been an error, but we've drawn awkwardly, but we're going to have to come out and go forward. I don't think we have any other option against such a quality field. And as Larry says, as you also say, he just ticks all the boxes, Banagar. But the horse I think's a knockout hope, and not at big odds, is She's Sensational. She is simply that sensational. And old Triples and her worked together the other day, and she gave him a bit of a touch up in form. No, well, just talking about that Gold Coast form, personally, just before the break, we could say you could almost throw that form in the bin. The track played seemed very sticky and gluey as to heavy, a genuine heavy. And what do you think of that day, of the track? Oh, look, I agree with you. You can often throw the form from the Gold Coast out the window as far as I'm concerned, but it's fair to say I don't have a lot of success down there. But, in fairness to the club itself and the officials, I mean, the track just cops a pounding week in, week out, and particularly the last 4 months, non-stop rain, racing every Saturday. They've probably done a good job just to get that metro meeting out of the way. Absolutely, they do well, and it'd be nice if they could only increase the prize money down there. 12 years it's been since it's gone up, and I'm sure trainers and jockeys would like to see an increase in prize money. Now, during last week I was over at the barriers catching some inside footage for you at home on the couch to see what these barrier attendants go through behind the barriers. It's a dangerous job, and there's plenty of excitement and danger. So stay tuned right now when we go to look at the barrier attendants and see what they do behind.
I had some Sheila in up in
Righto guys, let's go. K McAvoy 1, E Wilkinson 2, J Adams 3, L Cashley 4, D Brown 5, T Bell 6, J Cashley 7, M Vance 8, J Byrne 9, B Stewart 10, R Williams 11, G Kill at 12, C Munch 13. Fill them up guys. Bring them down, come on, let's go, straight in. Time to go. There you go, there, boys. You alright, Josh? Well, we got one to go, guys. One going in. Woo, mate, woo, 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 woo. Come over here and pat the arse, Winnie, will you?
You've got to stand. Over there.
All clear, George.
Stepping on.
Yeah, steady, boys, settle down. Hang on, we got going on.
Yeah.
Screw him down.
We're going to have a look at one there, Wayne. Let's get the number for you.
Jim Bird.
Jimmy Bird's mount number. Ready? Number 14. Yeah, it's Moss. Just reading the gates, mate. Just going to have a check of him. Sweet, mate.
They were and he ran and had a struggle. I'm not sure if he actually got his off full leg over, but he did get his right foot.
Steady now. Just talking, just stay in the way.
Raise up's fine.
Wade, the 14 is clear to start.
Taking a bit of weight off my back.
Thank you, Martin. There in your hands, Sean.
Everybody else is very content.
Alright guys, we're going to bring it back in, screw down.
Get on and be ready. As soon as we go in.
Righto, we've got a light.
Come on, Johnny.
Come on, settle it. Here we go. Good job, boys.
Anybody left on the ground?
Well, a nice little insight there behind the barriers, and just talking to Larry now. And Larry, behind the barriers, what do you do to prepare your horse for the race?
Yeah, just when you arrive at the barriers, you've probably got 3-4 minutes left. So important on a nervy sort of horse is to calm them down. So pat them and walk them slowly. Sing a bit of Bruno Mars even, just to get them relaxed. So very important that they're not using that extra energy. Staying horses, give them a trot, give them a bit of a warm up, and that little bit of extra tender loving can help and be the difference between winning and losing.
And Rob, you've got a number of runners, and how would you rate your runners tomorrow?
Oh, look, I've got some nice chances on what's a really tough day's racing. There's no denying that. So the punters out there, I think you're going to get pretty good value if you can jag the right winners, with the exception of maybe Manigar and perhaps Sizzling. But, my best chance on the day, I'm hoping to run 1-2 in the Lord Mayor's Cup. I've got two very nice horses, Solzhenitsyn and Philadelphia. Philadelphia may have looked a little ordinary down the Gold Coast, but I think, I blame a little bit of that on the track. 2 runs plus that run down there. She's ready she's going to a right distance, which is a mile, and drawn well. She should get a nice run with cover, and she'll hit the line hard. Solzhenitsyn, I think there's a big race in that horse later on.
Well, there you go, punters. There's plenty of information there just been given out, and I'm sure we've found you a few winners at tomorrow's meeting. Now, that's a wrap for the evening, and Larry, thanks for joining us on the show. And
thanks, Jess.
You'll be joining us again during the carnival?
For sure.
And Rob, thanks for joining us on the show.
Pleasure, Jess.
And look forward to having you during the show. I'm your host, Jesse McDonald. Thanks for joining us, and see you next week, same place, same time. Bye for now.